So I figure like I better make this video while it's fresh on my mind, you know what I mean? So I was talking to some family members, actually a family member yesterday, and we were discussing different topics, talking about different things. And I mentioned to someone today that sometimes you just need a good cry. So you got to be careful who you tell things to. You got to be careful the people that you talk to and who you tell things to, because when life has its ups and downs, everybody is not in the same place. So you got to be careful who you talk to, because the sympathy, empathy that you yearn for, and it's not, feeling, well, it's, a lot of people say don't feel sorry for yourself. Man, tell that to your feelings when it rises up. You know what I mean? I want to keep that sweat going, but tell that to your feelings when your feelings rise, right? I mean, we all feel a certain way about life at different times. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. But you have that right. And throughout my experience, I've seen when, and I'm not talking about anybody in particular, but when you tell certain people things about you, just as individuals, when you tell certain people certain things about you, they begin to micromanage your feelings through verbal conversation, which is no good. Sometimes you need to just listen. Sometimes you need to just listen to what people are going through. And if you got an encouraging word to change their heart, then do so. But if not, sometimes I understand exactly what you're talking about is good enough. Because we all have times where we feel sorrow. And they say don't feel sorry for yourself, but if you feel sorrow in your inner being, it's probably for yourself. Don't that make sense? Feel good, man. So if you feel a little sorrow, then 9 times out of 10, it's for yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that throughout my experience. Oh, let me touch on one of the topics, and I've mentioned this before, but let me touch on one of the topics that we were talking about. We were talking about the topic of suicide, right? And I just so happened to bring it up because I've done some research on it, and we were talking about the feelings that the brain, we were talking about the feelings you get when the mind knows that there is a way out of a certain thing or a misery that you go through or may have gone through. The brain knows a way out, and it's that next dimension. A lot of people have done it. A lot of people have talked themselves out of it. A lot of people wouldn't dare do it. A lot of people probably don't even think about it. But in this case, we were talking about the people that actually do. And it was quite a story. It was quite a story we were talking about, but it was quite a nice little interview that we had on the subject. And I can tell it was one of my girl cousins. I can tell that her and I really was helped throughout the conversation. And it happens. It happens. You're so strong in some people's eyes that they can't bear to even think that you go through a weak state in your mind or in your body. You know what I mean? In your mind or in your body. I'm gonna say one thing too. This is off the record, but I'm gonna give this to somebody because somebody gonna need this, or somebody may be able to relate to this. I I've been doing some trucking lately. Pat got the license, what have you. God bless. I had a test to take. Some stuff that I've already done, you know. Well, this hazmat thing is something that I hadn't done. But, you know, the answers were there. You can get on this particular test, you can get like it wasn't the 70, it was the 8. You had to get 8 out of 10, right? So you had to score 80. So I scored a 70 twice, 3 times. I'm like, wait a minute, what am I doing? Where's my mind at? Mind you, all week this was a Saturday. Mind you, all week I was fighting in my head to keep from responding to people name calling me California, all in this particular unit that I was in, and I didn't like it. But if I had said something at the moment, I thought took it as the people were trying to be inviting to me, like, you know. But then again, during that time, the insults were coming in. It was like, oh, California people are this way or that way. So it was like it started turning slowly but surely turning into like insults. Insult meaning in this case, when somebody is saying something that is no longer a compliment to you, but it starts to be derogatory, like these hidden messages in what they're saying. So I started picking that up. So I'm in the class and I go to deal with some hazmat material. As soon as I walk in, oh, California. So I had to catch myself. And I missed the test by 3 times, yo. 3 times. So what I did, I had 2 more tests to take, which was one was 35 questions and one was 33 questions. So I walked out. After I failed that test, after I missed it by 1.3 times, I walked out. It's like, I'll be back. And when I come back, I'm moving my seat. That's what I told the instructor. You feel me? So when I come back, I'm moving my seat. Because the energy, I was in the front. So the energy that I was feeling, a lot of y'all might not understand that, but on the real. So the energy that I was feeling was coming from behind me. So I went, I ain't gonna lie, bought me a little Black & Mild, which is something that I very rarely try to do. It gives me a headache now sometimes. I'll be like, but anyway. So I left. I had to come back and take my 2 tests. Couldn't take that test over again. So I come back to take my 2 tests, right? Passed it. Passed the 2 33 question tests. These were tests. They were open book tests, but I had already had the experience, so I didn't even open the book. I just opened it for they said I didn't need to open the book. So I passed the test without the cheating off the other people's paper, without everybody huddling up. I didn't have to do that because I'd already lived what was on that paper. So I passed 94 point something, 91, 4 point something, whatever. Passed the other test, 81, 82 point something. So anyway, I really, that's A's anywhere. But anyway, I passed the test flying colors, right? The 2 last tests that I had to take. But what happened was, when I walked in a room, when I walked in the auditorium or whatever, what have you, to take that first test, mind you, when I first got there's an entry test, right? There's an entry test that you have to take. So the entry test, they told you, if you don't pass this test, you don't enter in, period. Got 100% on that test. Praise God. 100%. I looked at the test, 100%. I knew what I knew. I was like, 100%. I'm here, I'm staying. You feel me? But the people that were calling me California and all this old crap, I kind of, I kind of was like ready to respond, like, but I had to manage this and link them together and come up with a response before I just respond. You know what I mean? And I have to do that in every situation. kids, relationship, on the road, off the road, jobs, situations. I have to do that. And it'll be a good idea if we all did. I can't tell nobody what to do, but it'll be a good idea if we all did. I feel so good right now. Whew. On this bounce around, yo. Feel heckin' good. I'm finna go put these clothes in the dryer real quick. Pray for me. I pray for you guys all the time. Even if it's just a thought of, I hope that you do good. Love you guys. Hope all your dreams and aspirations come true. Hope everything you set out to do good. Manifest in your life. You deserve it. We're not here long enough to be in trouble, to be feeling guilty, to be feeling discouraged. Feel good about you. Please, I'm going to do the same thing, because those days come where your mind that carnal state of mind try and take us over. Be encouraged. I love you. God bless.